Hey, Sage, you know what I was thinking?
No.
You don't know, do you? I was thinking about how cold out it is. It's cold, right?
No.
Yes, it is. It's very cold outside. But you know what's warm is Florida. And you know what they have down in Florida? They have mini golf. They have swimming.
I'm not going to swim.
Dude, you want to go swimming?
Yes.
Well, I'm here to tell you something. Guess what? You can't go swimming.
Please. Oh, it's too fun.
Want to know why? Because we can't afford it. We don't have any money. But I have an idea. If everybody got together and they went to see me and Kev, you know Kev?
I see.
If you went to see me and Kev in Fort Lauderdale on the 17th, Palm Beach on the 18th, and Orlando on the 19th, maybe, just maybe, you could realize your dream of going swimming down in Florida. Wouldn't that be nice?
A little bit.
A little bit or a lot of bit?
Lot bit.
A lot of bit. That's what I say. But if we don't sell these tickets, guess what? You're going to have to go swimming at the beach here. And chances are you're going to freeze. And your body will sink to the bottom of the river. And it won't come up until it warms up a little bit. Probably sometime in May. And then by then, all the fishes and the horseshoe crabs are going to eat you up.
What is it about?
What am I talking about?
Yes.
I'm talking about death in the Shrewsbury River versus swimming around in pools in Florida and having fun. Which sounds better? Going swimming?
I want to about.
What am I talking about?
Yes.
I'm talking about comedy shows, girl. I'm talking about the 17th in Fort Lauderdale, the 18th in Palm Beach, and once again, the 19th in Orlando. And then the 20th, that's when we start having fun.
What is it about?
You know what I'm talking about. I'll knock you right off that chair. It's not funny. This is serious business, you little creep. Now, all you got to do is go to csmod.com/ybri.
What is it about?
You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it again. I'm talking about fun. I'm talking about swimming. I'm talking about enjoying the finer things in life. What are you talking about?
No.
Because you're only 8. So tell everybody, go see Dada. And go see Kev.
Calf.
So I can go swimming.
I'm swimming.
And if you don't swim, are you going to cry?
No.
Yeah, you are. So you're going to cry. What will it sound like when you cry? Probably like this. All right. Go buy those tickets. csmod.com/ybri.
What is it about?
You know what I'm talking about! I think that Coney should do the ice bucket challenge, and then it would bring him back into the limelight.
Did you start a fight with this fucking person?
Yes, I did.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Everybody's here after a short hiatus, Christmas break, holiday observances. Walt's still in red and green. He doesn't want to let it go.
Still in the Santa hat type thing.
No, this is just a winter hat, bro.
Okay.
It's just the Christmas colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. Don't take that the wrong way.
Well, it's already
okay.
falling apart.
Yeah, let's start out the new year, huh?
And we were just talking about a competing podcast serial, or we're nipping at the heels of this podcast. Now, you say it's a...
I've read that it's the most downloaded podcast in history.
What's the premise?
The premises, and Brian has actually listened to it, so he could probably speak to it more.
Yeah, it's a reporter from the Baltimore Sun. It's this woman who goes and she's trying to figure out a case to see if this kid was wrongly accused. It's a murder case from I think 15 years ago. Let me look it up.
Oh, so it's the continuing the advancement of her investigative report to see if
she's digging through. And again, I could be wrong about all this. I just read one article on it, but she's interviewing old witnesses and digging open the case.
And how many episodes have come out?
Not many, 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, it's more than.
But it's the most downloaded podcast in the history of the world.
Every episode gets millions.
Well, it's also she didn't come out of nowhere either, though. She was
not like Tell 'em Steve Dave.
That's right.
We just came out of nowhere.
No, but also
pulled up my bootstraps.
From This American Life, I think she
an offshoot of that.
Yeah, it's an offshoot.
Everybody's got their. It's all nepotism, bro.
12 episodes. You got to know somebody, and we didn't know anyone. That's why us little guys will never make it.
That's why we gotta be proud of what we've accomplished with no help whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, big whoop. What's your name? What's this lady's name? Sarah Koenig. Big whoop.
Hey, look, I'm not smashing. Look, Walter. In regards to the elephant in the room, yes, we got a leg up from the Smodcast Network, but a lot of shows are on the Smodcast Network don't get what we get. So we're special. We're beautiful.
We are.
We are. You don't think we're special?
I don't.
First fake laugh for the 2015.
No, those fake laughs were here January 2nd. Turn key. It's turn the key and you got to fucking give a fake laugh. But
just to get this out of the way, boys.
But so how many downloads? How did you hear about it?
I've heard about it from several people. It's
riveting.
In the air right now. People are listening.
And
to it.
I imagine there's no yucks.
No,
it doesn't sound like a yuck fest to me. Right?
No, there's no yucks. There's been 12 episodes so far. They say it could trigger a retrial. Because now people are you and I talked about this.
Could it trigger fucking multiple patches?
I don't think so. Let's get right into that.
Not a fucking chance. Right, Q?
No. Fuck it. Does she got any fucking patches?
I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry. It doesn't mention anything about cereal patches.
Guys, we should make cereal patches.
Before she does.
Yeah, before she does it. Sell
If you were a biker, if you were in a gang, you would be called Patches. You're so fucking into patches, right?
Like he's a Dickensian ragamuffin or something. Oh, here it is, Patches, begging for alms again.
You guys want some patches? Speaking of the patches, Walter.
He's got patches over two eyes.
So, Walt, I got a disturbing text from Declan today.
Really?
And he asks, why does it say on the 4-color demons patch 2010 November?
Is this a 911 from Declan?
Yeah.
He thinks you fucked up?
He knows he fucked up.
I go because we recorded the first episode of Tell 'em Steve Dave in November 2010 and released it in January or February of 2011. And he goes, no. He goes, you recorded it in 2009 and released the first episode in 2010.
Oh, so you did fuck up?
Not me. We all sat at this table. And,
no. You designed that fucking patch.
Fuck you, Patches.
Hey,
Don't try to
not trying to. He doesn't answer an email.
See this? We did it at this table. We sat down and talked about it and did the math together.
And you can recall me saying, giving any input into this.
Yes, I can.
I would never have said.
I can't believe the conversation is taking this turn. I don't care that we fucked up. It's not a blame game.
No, because I think the responsibility. To Tell 'em Steve Dave Town fucking was spelled correctly. No gizmos or gadgets. It was spelled right. I fucking did that. I double checked my work.
I can't believe that this is the way this is going. I thought we were going to have a hearty laugh about it and just be like, oh, isn't that so? Tell him, Steve Dave.
I would have a hearty laugh at your expense, but I'm not going to sit there and say that I fucked up on this because I don't even think I weighed in on it.
We sat at this table and we all did the math backwards on it.
I would never have done the math because I would never have even attempted to do the math. I allowed you guys to do it because I assumed that you guys knew what you were talking about.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I have no problem with that.
You fucked up, Quinn.
And
Patch is fucked up. I got it. All right.
His first patch. He fucked it up.
The first patch that you know of.
But is
So wait a minute. So what happens now? Do you have to redesign the whole patch now, or are you just going to go with it as is?
I'm going to go with it as is because
That's what I
to
would
me
do
it's
too.
a testament to tell him Steve Dave.
Also, because I already approved. I set the approval rate for the next batch of patches. With
Oh, I don't even care about that. Like, I would contact them and be like, you should change it if I thought the thing to do to change it. When Declan sent me that text, I laughed and I just sent it back to him and I'd be like, then it's the anniversary. It's the 1 year anniversary date. But I loved it. I thought it was so funny that I said we, but I guess I'm going to take it on this one. that we fucked it up. And I was like, it's so tell him, Steve Dave, to have something like that's wrong. I loved it.
What do the kids say? Meta? That's,
I think this like c'est la vie attitude comes from a guy who's like, I think I was responsible for that fucking design of that fuck up.
How can I handle this?
Brian, you want to weigh in on this, buddy?
I know how he weighs in with absolutely nothing. So you can't even blame him for being like, because you know he doesn't respond to anything, so he's not going to respond to your design of the patch.
I'm not talking about the fuck up. I'm talking about my attitude towards the fuck up. Is there a chance that I'm humming and trying to backtrack right now? Or
No.
Or am I legitimately...
Well, who are you going to be mad at, though?
I'm not mad at all. I think it's hysterical. I think it's even better that it's that way.
All right.
And since I remember the conversation, and I knew we all sat here and did the math on our fingers and shit like that, I know that we all fucked up, but that's what I liked it. It kind of made me happy about it.
So we recorded in 2009. It wasn't released till 2010.
2010.
So technically, I mean, you could say
But the November.
Yeah. Oh, it says November.
Yeah, November 2010.
Oh, okay. You fucked up.
It's all right.
I
do like it.
Yeah, I like it. Like I was looking at this as something to celebrate, not to point fingers at each other and fucking start screaming in the first show of the new year. But I was going to ask you guys. We should keep it.
I
right?
would imagine that since she is a reporter, Serial probably wouldn't have made that fucking mistake on her first patch.
No.
She would have fact checked her work. She would have had her editor go over it.
She's got to do is spell the word cereal right.
Her whole reputation is riding on that kind of shit, whereas this is expected of us. This is our reputation. So
I love it.
If we had gotten it right.
I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
All right. So, but that brings up another point. We've been podcasting for many years now.
Yeah.
2010.
Either 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, depending on how you want to count.
I mean, why didn't we just look at it from the episodes released?
I remember unlike you guys, I remember the conversation. We were like, we talked about it at the table. And we were like, oh, and it was like a light bulb moment. Like we should do when the first episode was recorded, and we all started counting back and stuff like that. And we just came to November 2010, none of us seemed unsure.
I would tell you if I remembered it. I really would. I don't.
I remember this at all.
No, I do well because I'm so into the patch idea.
Yes.
I remember the steps of it. I don't mind taking the heat on it at all because I think it's hysterical. But
Or heat or credit? I think
credit,
it's
yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I don't know, and I wouldn't have went ahead and done it without asking you guys anyway. But so anyway, there we go. So the patch is awesome, by the way, and it reads a 1 year anniversary. It also sold out very quickly.
Yes, it did.
People are loving it.
People like the patch.
So we got more.
Regardless of the date.
That's right.
You got to think of it this way, Q.
What's that, buddy?
When the case is solved,
yeah.
What happens to Serial?
Another case? There's always cold cases.
Well, I think it's done. Isn't it, Q?
Oh,
What,
the podcast is done?
Oh, the case.
I think it's over.
I don't know.
I think the actual podcast, it was a limited.
I have no clue. I don't.
It was limited run. I think it says here like Project Innocence announced they will be testing DNA found on Hell's body. Blah blah blah. It was about a girl who got murdered and like her boyfriend and his friend who were like gave conflicting stories and shit like that.
So there's a chance though that this podcast saved a person's life.
It could possibly.
Or getting an innocent killer off.
Well, yeah, saving his,
The launch was sponsored by MailChimp, a frequent podcast advertiser, which we don't have.
What is it? What's MailChimp?
The reason that we're not fucking number 2 in terms of all-time downloads, an email marketing service provider.
Maybe we could see if people can tweet MailChimp and ask them to...
Yeah, we're fucking. Do you know we had our investigative journalist blazers on long before this lady
That's
ever
right.
thought up cereal.
We went to Collinswood. Mm-hmm. Collinwood or Collingswood? I always get that wrong.
Take off your investigative blazer if you can't even fucking pronounce the name.
What do we investigate again? Remember
It's been a long time, man, since
Remember
we
that
investigated
patch
something. We got to do something along the lines of cereal next.
Yeah?
Come on, man. We got to get out of the fucking store.
Well, we had Overkill.
Right? We got to go back and do something like that again.
3 years ago. Well, we did a
in
minor
a rut,
investigative
man.
journalism at the motorcycle show, but we talked about that already, right?
Yeah, we did.
talked to our Hells Angels guy.
Maybe we should find a case and crack it. Mm-hmm. What about the case of you versus the bus driving the dude?
I thought that was solved already.
Yeah, but if we could reopen that, get him on the podcast.
Reopen the case and like double jeopardy.
I thought he paid a fine, though.
He did, yeah.
So the case is closed.
Well,
Yeah, I'm like-
that guy's in jail. That case is closed too. But so we reopen it. We get into it.
Yeah, I'm like, now that I've cost you $400 in fines, is there any way I can get you on my podcast to confess your further
We'll give you a
guilt?
free patch.
I mean, it's a defective. The date's not correct, but
It's a misprint patch?
yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
It's not a misprint. It's the patch.
Well, what's it a patch of? I'm like, all right, well, you know what, just forget it.
What if we did a patch of Sunday Jeff? Does that the people is the demand there for a Sunday Jeff patch?
I think you should focus in on just one patch.
Okay, don't
Patches.
go.
Because you'll end up putting Mike on there instead of fucking Sunday Jeff. What do you think, guys? Patch number 2.
Patches, what the fuck? That's Mike.
Patches, you fucked up again.
Oh, well,
We talked about it.
that goes with the Tom Steve Day flavor. Fuck ups. I love it.
People want to buy merchandise that makes no sense. They can't get enough.
Anyway, you can get that patch on merch table. What is it? Merch table?
Just go to TomSteveDave.com. I can
Yeah,
get
that's right.
directed right there.
We could fix it, but I don't want to fix it. Like I think it's better as it stands.
Yeah.
It's
or
like what?
those are the OG people.
Yeah, that suggestion came up too, but I like the fuck up. I like the fuck up.
Yeah. I was wondering as we were we got here and I went over to Surf Taco to get something to eat, and it's not uncommon for people to be like, "Cute, can I get a picture?"
Yeah.
And this girl comes up, and it's not enough to get a picture. She needs to FaceTime.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line?
Whew. You know what it is for me? It's attitude. I mean, she was a little bit ballsy. She just sat down and like pilled it up, and normally that would annoy me. But if people are like come here, like that, you got to talk to my boyfriend and shit like that, that I don't like. But she was sweet, so
Yeah.
she was nice.
If
Whatever she
somebody
demands.
was like, they're from Missouri, and they're like, look, I know you're not going to come all the way out here, but in my last, the last weeks of his life, my dad and me, we used to watch Impractical Jokers together to feel better because he had some kind of disease.
Yeah.
can you deliver his eulogy by Skype?
Absolutely.
You do it?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, can I make a mockery of it?
I don't think that's what they're looking for.
So I'm going to get on the eulogy and be like, I don't know, Fred, but...
Well, you can make it light, but I don't think anybody wants you to mock his
I mean, then I can't.
His protracted cancerous death.
Oh, is it that bit? No, I guess not then.
Nah?
No, because what am I going to say? I don't know him. He watched the show. I made the show.
Yeah.
You know, this call.
The guy's
is
like,
brought
I'll
to
give you
by
$200.
Skype. Oh yeah, then I'll do it. $200 cash?
Yeah.
Well, I got to report that to the government.
No. It's
like he gives 2 bills.
He's going to wire it to a bank in the Caymans.
By the time the fees get done, I got 16. No, I think I would probably.
That's a privilege, though, if you think about it.
I would do it to talk about it on this.
People in the family would be mad, probably.
If he
if
he didn't do it?
No, if you did do it, they would be like, I can't.
Oh, you mean other
this.
people? Some people who aren't a fan of Practical Jokers, or who hadn't possibly haven't heard of it.
Felt maybe it jumped the shark.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about.
They saw Joker's Wild.
You would have had the whole family if only that guy had died before Joker's Wild premiered.
I still think the best.
Everybody would have been in.
But like, I don't know if we get it on air though. I'm curious. See, it's hard. I guess anybody who thought we jumped the shark isn't listening anymore. So why am I? I would be asking some of the ants if they could maybe say when to tell them Steve Dave jumped the shark.
Do you want me to go on that Reddit thing and just type in did or when?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have to register to get on?
Or maybe you could just tweet it now. Like, we're recording right now. Can you just give me some examples? Maybe you could read some as the show progresses. Since we're doing a 2-parter today, we got some air time to fill.
Okay.
Maybe just to tweet you.
Okay.
When do you think? And honest, be as honest as you can. When did Tell 'em Steve Dave jump the shark?
All right. Recording. TESD now. Although I hate saying that.
What would
Now. Walt wants to know. When
don't preface it with Walt, because then they're going to be biased.
Patches
then.
wants to know.
when / if
You know it's going to be when we got the TV shows.
TESD jumped the
I guarantee
shark.
it's going to be a landslide. It's going to be when we got the TV shows.
Yeah, we started talking about the TV show too much.
Yeah.
For you.
We became unidentifiable to the common man. Joe Blow
Yeah.
couldn't see over our
recording
fucking
TSD now.
our
Wants to know
gigantic
when
fucking
if TSD
fence.
jumped the shark for you.
Our ego.
Please let us know now. I'll put at Tell 'em Steve Dave. So.
I've got 2 words for you, Walt. 2 words. The only 2 words that matter. Free snacks. And where do you get free snacks, Walt? Nature Box. Are you going to do what I do? Are you going to get delicious, wholesome snacks at naturebox.com? I guess you're not. Yeah, you're going to do that? Okay, cool. You've sold me on it. And that's without even knowing that they've got 0 artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners and all that other crap you don't want in it. So when you're hungry and irritable, are there a lot of people like in the afternoon slump? What, like, I don't work in a place with other people. The afternoon slump, I assume, comes around what, like 3 o'clock?
Yeah, at 3 o'clock. I start to see Mike get very irritable around 3 o'clock, and I tell him, I was like, Grouchy, Mr. Grouchy, you wouldn't feel that way if you went to Nature Box right now.
Yeah, and it's free, so you've got no excuse.
How can it be free?
Free trial. Go to naturebox.com/TESD, and you're going to get a free trial box of delicious snacks.
Even Ming around 3 o'clock can get a little testy. Believe it or not. Yeah.
Well, he's got little testes 24 hours a day. Afternoon slump included. Yep, that's it, man. You're going to get a box with a trial box featuring 5 of their most popular snacks. And that's all you got to do. Naturebox.com/TESD. And they're going to send you free stuff. Come on. What more do you need to know? Give it a try. If you like it, you sign up. If you don't like it, you don't. It's that easy.
It's too easy.
Yeah. audiblepodcast.com/TESD. That's all I should need to say. Free audiobook and 14-day trial, Walt. That's it.
I'm not the biggest Audible fan right now. They've made. We have a project that we're trying to get on Audible, and they're making us wait like we're like some sort of
Like
fly by night podcast.
We're common authors like Tina Fey or say.
I mean, it's unbelievable how much they're making us jump through hoops to get this new Audible project up on their site.
You know why?
I got Declan like dancing a jig.
He's going to do that anyway. He's like a little leprechaun. They don't even notice.
And there's still no headway. Like they still haven't given us a definitive date when we're going to be ready to roll.
Because we've got something really cool waiting in the wings. And Audible, you know what? Maybe these people want to tell Audible, hey, I'm telling Steve Dave up to the front of the line.
I would not be adverse to them maybe getting Audible's ear and saying like, hey, can you get a couple spaces ahead in the line, backseas on some of this other bullshit that's going up?
I mean, this whole country is built on nepotism and knowing somebody, and I mean, the entire country was built on it. So if you can, I don't know what it is, but if you can track down Audible's Twitter name, you might want to tell them, like, hey.
Declan told me he had a Rolodex of all the bigwigs at Audible from our first Audible project, which was Fairy Retail Theater.
Right.
He said when he tried to use some of the clout he had built up with those bigwigs, they were all gone from the company. So I don't know how well Audible's doing right now, but a nice new Tell 'em Steve Dave project might help with the bottom line.
That's true. If people are getting fired right and left over there, Audible could be in some serious trouble. And this could be just the fucking kickstart they need to
I'm not kidding around.
Their
He told me
business back.
every single contact he had there has moved on from the company. And that wasn't that long ago.
No. That's weird. I wonder why.
No, I mean, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. But I mean,
I don't know how many audiobook things are there. I've only heard of Audible.
but there's so many forms of entertainment I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
There's so many things to separate people from their entertainment dollar.
Yeah.
We understand that. And that's why we're using the time wisely, though. I've gone in and I've really punched up and really spared no efforts into making the new Audible project. Whenever they deem fit to allow us to release it, it's going to be top notch.
That's crazy, man, that you have a product that you can't just sell. I wonder if we just skipped Audible and we're like, hey, maybe we'll go over to iTunes. What do you think about that?
They are iTunes.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well,
when they approve it on
maybe
Audible,
go ahead. Your wait's going to be just as long.
When they approve it on Audible, it's going to go on iTunes too. Because Fairy Retail Theater's on iTunes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right. So get a free audiobook and a 14-day trial by signing up at audiblepodcast.com/TESD with over 150,000 titles in virtually every genre except for the newest Tell 'em Steve Dave project. They're a pretty decent company. I've been listening to some Charles Bukowski lately. And that is that. Go check it out. It's a free audiobook.
Oh my God! I gotta tell you this though.
What's that?
Oh, it's about Audible too.
Oh, okay.
I'm dealing with Declan when he told me initially that we're texting back and forth, and he tells me what he thought was bad news because we had planned to release it on Christmas. And he told me a couple weeks before Christmas, it's not going to happen. We can't get it approved. We can't jump the line on Audible.
I've been dancing. It seems not to matter. No one's there anymore. No one will take me calls.
He mentioned, that's when he first mentioned that.
I don't mean shit at Audible anymore. I mean fuck all.
He mentioned that he had these phone numbers, which I thought was a bit surprising that he had garnered some phone numbers from
Did
people.
he get a phone?
No, that he had phone numbers. I would assume that, cause we had doled out that work to him, get it set up, we had just given him the project to get up on Audible.
Yeah.
So he had made these inroads, but I was surprised that he had actually had phone conversations with anybody. I thought it was all done via emails and, things like that.
That's usually the way it is, yeah. No, who wants to talk on the phone about that kind of shit?
But Declan, being the pimp daddy producer, he had gotten phone numbers. So he told me that he had phone numbers, but nobody works at the company anymore except one guy, but he's on vacation, Christmas vacation. And I texted him, and in a text, it's hard to tell when you're fucking around.
Right.
So I just texted back, can't you bluff your way into somebody like at the company who answers and say you know him personally and you need to get a hold of him on his vacation. It's very important. And he wrote,
so he read that as like,
yes, like do it. And he goes,
he's like, Walter lost his fucking mind.
And before I could, I was sending and I said, and I wanted to. He didn't understand in the text language that I said call up Audible because he said that wouldn't work. There's no way they're going to give me his phone number. Mm-hmm. And I said you got to make it sound like it's the most extreme importance, and you cannot allow yourself to be disconnected. I go, did you ever see that movie Speed? I said, pretend like it's like if you get disconnected, you're going to explode.
Right.
But he misunderstood me. I said, that's the kind of mindset you have to have. Don't take no for an answer. You don't get off the phone until you get the number.
I've got to be Sandra Bullock.
And he misunderstood me, and he thought that I wanted him to call and say that if he didn't get the number, he had a bomb. And he goes, "Are you insane?" He goes, "I really hope you're fucking around right now because I'm getting nervous." He goes, "You want me to call and threaten Audible with a bomb?"
I'm Irish. Don't believe me.
He brought that up. He goes, I'm Irish, right? Because they're not going to take that shit fucking lying down. He goes, they're going to treat that with the most extreme urgency.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? We'd have to sacrifice Declan. But the press that it would make. Like a guy called and threatened Audible with a bomb they didn't put up to tell him Steve Dave's latest project. We'd be bigger than Serial for sure.
Oh, I couldn't stop laughing when I realized that he misunderstood me. I said, no. I meant take the mindset of you can't go under 55 or a bomb's going to go off. You can't get off the phone until you get that phone number. I meant. Oh my God. I was laughing via texting though, like I never have before though, when I got the gist of how fucked up he must have been. What the fuck is with this guy?
He's reading it. He's like, no. I do a lot for these guys, but no.
He goes, I want to fly. I'm trying to come to the States in a couple months. I'm going to get me on a no-fly list. He goes.
Yeah, I was just reading a story the other day about this couple. This is going back a year or two, and they just said, hey, we're going to go to, they were from the UK. We're going to go to America. We're going to destroy America and we're going to dig up Marilyn Monroe. And destroy, I guess, in the UK means party. We're going to party in the UK. And why they said they're going to dig up Marilyn Monroe, I guess it was just to be silly. But it was a whole thing, and they got sent back to the UK, and they have to apply for special visas if they ever want to come back.
Oh my God!
This is the world you live in with 9/11. So yeah, Declan at the very least would be on a no-fly list.
I told him when I was fucking around. I was like, record the phone call. I said it'll be great for the project.
Yeah,
just you're unrelenting. I want that phone number.
Yeah,
and He goes, it'll be, so you want me to record evidence of me threatening with the bomb? That's when I knew that he misunderstood me. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard.
That's fucking brilliant. It would have been even better if he did it. Oh, well. All right. Look, man, Declan's he's a free man, thank God. And he can go to audiblepodcast.com/TESD and check all that shit out.
All right. How was Christmas, Q?
That was great. Spent it with my family.
Oh yeah, up in the Pennsylvania mountains.
Yep. Spent the holidays up there. It was great.
How far away is the general store from the mountains?
Pretty, maybe 25 minutes.
So you're still within civilization.
Yeah, definitely.
How about you, Walt?
It was good. It was a nice Christmas. Just very quiet. Not much.
They didn't have it at your house?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. But it was, just nothing really. No pigs came.
No pigs.
No, because we had a pig at Thanksgiving, but the
I
pig
remember you
stayed
had
home.
yeah.
But yeah, how about you?
Well, I hate Christmas. I find like around the 15th, the anxiety starts building and it doesn't end until
Anxiety. What brings it on though? Like if you,
I don't know. I just
like,
don't.
why are you get caught up in that game that society has, that bear trap they've laid out for everybody? Like, oh,
That
Christmas
I have
is
to get people presents.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
What? I mean, if you hate it, you're going to go on record as being like, don't let it affect you.
I don't feel that way. I'm not like Scroogey. I'm not like, why would anybody like this? Like
You just said you hated
people
Christmas.
like it. Yeah, I do hate it. But
That's kinda
I understand
Scroogey.
why other people like it, I don't know why. I just like, there's something like, it's hard to explain, but there's a feeling inside I get where I just get very anxious and very stressed. And I'm not running around, buying, like I either
So
shop online
who are
or
you
I
afraid?
go
Yeah, who are
one
you
day.
afraid you're going to let down, or who are you afraid? Where does this anxiety come from?
I don't know.
Who do you think you're going to? Is it
I
like,
might
you
actually
might
need
disappoint
to
somebody?
be hypnotized. No, I usually get people good enough stuff that they wouldn't be disappointed.
Is the anxiety that
I just don't want
I'm
to deal
doing
with
too
it.
much? And
I
I
think
know,
it's-
and I know I'm not going to get a good present.
You know what it is? Yeah, I feel I'm not getting my just due.
Come on, man. You know that a psychiatrist would go there, though. One
Yeah,
time.
he's like, you're greedy. I'm like, okay, I'll see you next week, I guess.
Here's my copay.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go that blunt, but he would poke.
He might. I think it's more. It's too much involvement with like when I have to go to the stores, and I have to go. Like I don't like being around that many people, and I think that's what it is. It's the lines, and it's the traffic, and it's the people around me. I just don't like being in large groups of people like that.
You couldn't do most of your shopping online.
I could if I didn't wait until the last minute, which I always
that's
do.
it. I don't buy a single gift brick and mortar anymore.
Yeah. You know what I found a good day to go was? The 24th. There was almost no one there
Where's there?
at the mall.
Oh, you went to the mall?
There
I
were
don't
so
think
few
that's-
people.
Because it was snowing.
I mean, it wasn't snowing here. Yeah. It didn't
It
snow
was
here
snowed?
on the
I
24th.
was going to say, I don't remember it snowing. I thought today was the first day it snowed.
Oh, sleet. Okay.
Oh, it sleeted? Well, whatever the reason, yeah.
Did you go by yourself?
One time I went with Suzanne and Sage, and then one time I
So you went
by
to
myself.
You did two rounds of the mall on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Oh, no. No, I went a couple days before, and then I went Christmas Eve so I could get stuff.
Let them build up, Q. Then we'll get to it.
They've been building.
Let's build them up.
There's not a single mean one. Everybody says it hasn't jumped the shark so far. Somebody, Alvaro, had the best line yet. He goes, TSD is the shark. I thought that was pretty cool.
Can we use that on a patch?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. His screen handle is at the other Alvaro.
That's pretty good. I like that.
ALVARO.
That's got to make you feel good.
It does, man. That was pretty cool. TSD is the shark. That's
cool.
fucking sweet. I'm a favorite.
That's badass.
All right.
So
But,
back to Christmas though. So you had to go out twice on Christmas Eve. You had so many gifts to buy.
Matt Myra goes when you bought the Jeep. Sorry, go ahead. All right, I'll keep monitoring the answers.
Okay.
Oh, someone's about Ming. Ming's first appearance on the show when you guys said you actually liked Ming. There you go. Sorry.
So when you guys told the truth.
Well, you knew that he was. I was always on that rickety bridge with Ming. I always,
That fence never
he
balancing.
recorded me without me knowing it. That's
Well, didn't he give you a tile also? And maybe he's tracking you now.
right. For Christmas, Ming gave me a tile. I never even thought of that. Maybe this is recording the stuff I do too.
Yeah.
I
you've had problems with that
hang
in
my
the
keys
past.
up. I hang my keys up in the stall when I go to the bathroom.
Really? Oh, he's listening and jerking off for sure.
Oh God.
Oh, plop, plop, his face. Oh, what a relief that shit is.
So you're back. You did two
rounds.
tours of duty at the mall on Christmas Eve.
Not on Christmas Eve. No. A tour. I went the 22nd, and then I went again the 24th. And the reason I went the 24th was I had to pick up some stuff for Sage because she was with us the time before, and then I went to the pet store to get
the big gift.
to get the main gift, which was a cat for her. She's really wanted a cat.
Oh no.
So I go to PetSmart, who makes it nearly impossible to adopt a pet from them. I mean, their adoption policy is so fucking stringent.
Well, you're not happy about that though?
I mean, I think up to a certain point, yeah, you don't want people being like, hey, I'll take 5 kittens and then use them to train pit bulls or something.
Right.
But these people are saying we have to have a vet come to your house to make sure that
That's a bit much.
it seems a little bit
I
over
thought
the
that
top.
was strange too, because like, aren't vets busy? Like, they got time to go to people's houses and vet the house.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
And Petco, but you can go to any
Petco.
shelter and just get a cat, just walk out with a cat. They don't make you do that.
Any shelter.
Did a vet come?
No, because I didn't adopt from them. I called the ASPCA over in Eatontown and I said, here's the story. And they said, no, you don't have to do anything.
Now, why did you not want the vet in the house?
It was about the weight. Because
okay.
I couldn't have the cat hanging around the house and Sage being like, oh, there's a cat right there. So I had to get it on the 24th so that, she would be surprised. So I went to PetSmart, bought a whole bunch. I had to get all the stuff because we haven't had a pet there. So I got to get the carrier. I got to get the bed and the food and the toys and all that shit.
That's the fun part.
Well,
You don't think that's fun?
That's the necessary stuff. You need all that stuff.
That's the necessary part. That wasn't the fun part. No,
I like buying stuff for the cats.
Really? Yeah. To me, the fun part was actually, well, we hadn't had the cat yet, so.
Right. Yeah, still I like that shit.
So we go to the ASPCA, and it's about an hour. They're about to close in an hour. So they have these rooms with all these cats, and you go in there, you see which one you like, and they really try to push 2 on you. They tried to push 2 cats on me real hard. And I said, look, my place is not, I don't think I should get 2 cats right away. It would be irresponsible. Let me see how one works out, and then we'll go from there. And they're like, yeah, but it's a 2-for-1 special. And I'm like, it's like $60 for a cat. I'm not like, whoa, I can save $60 and then spend on, you're going to make that up in fucking food. Well,
Got that fat patch money rolling.
But so Sage requested a black cat. She wanted a black cat. She wanted to name it Salem. Everything set. So I'm like, all right, well, we get a black cat. And you said, I wasn't aware of this, but you said that black cats are notoriously difficult to.
Yeah, they're much tougher to adopt out because of that old thing about black cats being bad luck. People still
subscribe to that, huh?
Still.
Wow.
It's idiocy.
You would think that.
It's idiocy. It's unbelievable. But all the cats have this little chip in their neck so they can scan it and see, because there's literally like 15 cats that all look exactly the same.
Right.
And the lady said, well, this one is a nice cat. This one that was, it was like in a little box with 2 cats.
Okay.
And I held him, and he was nice, and they give you a sheet about the cat, where he was found, what his history is. And I didn't want to get a real little kitten because they're too wild, and it would freak Sage out, like if it started jumping all over and getting those little kitten claws in her, she would not like that. I don't want a cat that's at death's door that's going to die, by the middle of the year.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, well, this cat's like 9 or 10 months old. Somebody found it as a kitten. They took care of it for a little bit. Then they brought that kitten and a couple others to the ASPCA. So it had been there for, I don't know, maybe 4 months or 5 months or something like that. So at the time, he seemed pretty nice, the cat. So I was like, all right, well, we'll take this one. So I put him in the carrier and bring him back to the house. Now, Sage stayed overnight at her mother's house on Christmas Eve and didn't come back until the next day. We went and picked her up at, I don't know, 12 or 1 or whatever, and then we go to Pam's, and it's a whole thing. On the 24th, until the next day, once we let the cat out,
Right.
they said put it in a room, let him get sort of acclimated. And so we put him in a little room, and he was just sort of hanging out, and he didn't seem scared. He was just looking at us, but we'll just let him chill out and shit, you know? And so the next day, Suzanne is looking, which would be Christmas Eve. We want to give the cat to Sage, and we can't. We couldn't find him. We couldn't find him anywhere.
Fucking ceiling cat.
And I remember when I had another kitten a long, long time ago. He went up underneath the bed, into the box spring.
Yeah, my cats did that.
Yeah, and he was hiding out, and I didn't know, and I thought he was lost. So we looked in there, and we looked under the couch, and that's where he was.
It's now the kid's away. Did you check the box spring? Because I know you had the night all to yourself. Make sure.
The box spring is in fine condition. Let me tell you. You would think I got it for Christmas. It's so unworn.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, you want to crush that cat.
Yeah, neither Holly nor Jolly. Oh, you mean just by being so fat that I lay on the box spring, the cat's
because maybe you were maybe a little Christmas nookie.
Yeah, a little Christmas cheer. No.
No, okay.
No,
all
no.
right.
That didn't happen. I believe someone who wasn't me got stoned and fell asleep immediately. So the 25th, we're like, okay, well, we'll show her.
At least the cat was safe in this box spring.
Yeah, the cat could not have been safer. The only way the cat was going to be bothered is if my tears soaked through the mattress and the box spring and doused the cat.
Oh, no.
So as I cried myself to sleep on Christmas Eve, the next day we get up and we do all the shit we need to do. Edgar requested that I make a cheesecake for some reason. I don't know why, but so
make it or just buy it.
No, make it. For some reason he likes the way I make cheesecakes.
Oh, you've done this in the past. You've actually gone in and made a cake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. You make cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking cake boss.
I mean,
here.
I'm no buddy over here, but I can make a decent cheesecake. So I spent the morning doing that. Then we went and got Sage.
So what do you do? Do you decorate
the
it?
Cat's still. Oh no, not unless you consider putting cherries on top decorating.
It's like maybe something Christmassy, something.
Nah, fuck that. The cherries are red. That's Christmassy enough. So the 25th, we go up to Pam's and we have dinner and we have the cheesecake, which everyone found
loved.
delightful.
Right.
Do
you like cheesecake, you?
New York cheesecake, not Italian cheesecake.
That's the kind I make with the very thin graham cracker crust.
That's the Italian one?
No, that's the regular one. That's
Okay.
New York style.
New York style is great.
That's the one I make.
You've never had his cheesecake? People seem to be raving about it.
Yeah, no, not as of yet. No, he has not delivered me a cheesecake.
It's more popular than the cereal podcast.
Can we make a patch?
I'll make one. If you like just a cheesecake. I'll make one for next week or the week after.
all right,
I'll
I like
bring
that.
it in. I'll bring it in. So we got Sage, and she's by the end of the night, she's pretty tired. And it's one of those things where she got so much shit that after a while, you're like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like how much stuff is being unwrapped, that it just becomes like, well, let's just finish this up.
Is she feeling the same way, or is she just as excited to open every present?
I think that she was happy. She wanted to keep going, But we bring her down to the house, and Suzanne is like, well, I want to show her the cat. And I said, well, I don't know where he is. We can't find him, you know? It's late. It was like 11. Sage was tired. So I said, we'll tell her tomorrow, you know, that Santa brought a cat. So the next day, we still can't find the fucking thing. He won't come out. Well, I mean, we know where he is, but he won't come out. And he's like doing that, like, you know, type thing.
Hissing?
And yeah, and it's about mid-evening, and Suzanne is like, I want to give it to her, you know. And I said, I understand. I said, but the fucking cat, obviously, either they gave us the wrong sheet about it being a cuddle bug, you know, because that's the word they used. I mean, that made me
laugh when you were telling me the story on the phone. You were like, they said she was a cuddle bug.
Yeah, they really fucking oversold the friendliness of this cat.
Yeah, but I all right, just in defense of the cat, like I said, Benjamin took months.
Yeah, when you told me that, I actually, no, what are you going to say?
Fucking cat whisperer over here.
Yeah, that's who I should have called. Like, you gotta leave the Poconos. Come on, Caesar.
Here you have the cat. Look at the cat in the eyes. No, he was 3 months before I even saw him.
I remember, in retrospect, I remember you saying he hung out in the rafters.
He was in the roof. He lived in the roof of the basement, and that was where I found him every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he would just stare at me, and when I would walk into the room, he would just hiss.
When I used to do drugs, a lot of people found me in the same place. I'd hiss at him from the rafters.
Yeah.
So on the 26th, Suzanne is getting very anxious. She's like, come on, I want, and I was like, Suzanne, just calm down. I was like, what's one more day? Well, first thing tomorrow, I promise, you know, we'll get him out and we'll show him the Sage. So it's still like only 9, 10-ish, something like that. And, in the bedroom, there's, you walk in the bedroom, and then if you look dead ahead, there's a closet, like like not a walk-in closet, but one of those ones with those folding doors.
Mm-hmm.
And we're watching TV, and then out of nowhere, the cat bursts from the closet I mean, I've never seen something move this fast, and skitters across the TV stand thing and knocked over everything but the TV, the VCR, the Xbox. Everything goes fucking flying, and Sage's eyes are like saucers, like, what the fuck was that? As if like I would be, as if like I didn't know there was an animal in the house, and all of a sudden it just fucking bursts out of nowhere. And so we're like, well, that's your cat. We're like, that's your cat. And I said, his name's Salem. He's black, but he's a little bit scared, you know, so we explained the whole thing to her. But you know, we're going to find him tomorrow. And, you know, he's a little bit nervous, so he's hiding. We'll find him tomorrow, and we'll play with him, and we'll pet him, and you know.
You probably shouldn't have promised that.
Well, in retrospect, I shouldn't have. Because the next day, which would have been the 26th, where I was in the bedroom, and like the way the units are set up, we have one unit on our right, one unit on our left. I'm talking about like condos, and then one unit up top. We very rarely, unless it's like as cold as it is now, like in the 20s, we almost never turn the heat on, because we're surrounded by other people who turn their heat on. And sometimes it gets so hot that you're like, you just got to open up a window. So, open the window. Now, the window has a screen on it. And I'm in the bedroom and I'm doing something. And just like the night before, out of nowhere, but from the opposite direction, the cat must notice the screen or smell or somehow know that fucking window is open, and jets and jumps and bursts through the screen and breaks it and fucking runs outside and fucking takes off. Now, it's not late, so we go outside and we got the flashlight and we're looking for the cat. A black cat at night is not the easiest thing to locate. So we're like, all right, we looked for an hour. there's a lot of people in our area that take care of stray cats. No sign of the cat.
Right.
So the next day, Suzanne becomes consumed with finding the cat, making flyers, nailing them up, going to people who she knows.
Has she taken a picture of the cat yet?
We had a picture of the cat that we had taken, plus they give you a flyer with the picture. It's a black cat. You know? It's tough. Yeah, and I'm also like, the cat's fixed. It's a male. So normally they'll hang around an area.
Yeah, but I guess that if they feel they're near a home area, but I think the point was that it didn't feel that.
Right. I don't mean to brag, but I'm in kind of tight with the animal control officer in town. So she's pulling double duty looking for the cat.
Right. Is there a reward for the cat posted?
It's not a reward situation. I didn't even actually think of a reward.
What if you hired Get 'em? Now Get 'em is willing to give hand jobs for, what do you say, $100? What if you just drop $200 on Get 'em and just put them out in the cold?
Like a tracker?
Yeah.
You know, that's not a bad idea. And remind me, I have an idea about Get 'em that I think could help us make some money too.
A Get 'em patch?
It's not a patch, no.
Get with the times, bro.
I mean, it's not to say we can't turn it into a patch.
Right. If we make a Get 'em patch, is he pissed off?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
He's not like, you guys are intruding upon my brand?
I don't think so. He has a brand? We don't even have a brand, hardly. Get 'em's got a brand. But Suzanne is saying, like, we can't, because Sage asks for the cat. So we can't sit there and say, sorry, you're shit out of luck. Suzanne's like, well, let's just go get another one. And
Another black cat?
Can you fucking imagine me showing up and being like, so here's what happened. Now, in retrospect, I should have gotten a little kitten because the little kitten would have been out.
Right.
And he would have been, maybe he would have scared Sage a little bit. Like, I remember my nephew got 3 cats. He was living at Pam and Edgar's house because his mother was fixing her house up because of the storm and everything.
Right.
It's only been 2.5 years now. He for some reason had to get 3 cats that his girlfriend, I guess his girlfriend's cat had three kittens.
Right.
So took all 3. Now, once he brings them to Pam's house, just like any other kid, but not like your kids, evidently, Walt, suddenly Pam's scooping cat shit. Pam's paying
Not
for
like
cat
my
food.
kids?
Yeah, your kids you said that your kids are very vigilant about the dogs.
Oh, not anymore.
Oh, that's rubbed off.
Yeah, that's my wife's just doing
They're
it.
like, clean the shit up, Walt. They call you by your first name. She was like, we just got to get her another one, and I've kind of been putting it off, hoping that somebody would call and shit.
So if you get the other cat and then that one gets returned, you have 2 cats.
I have 2 cats, which I would take because I think I reminded you. I had a cat. His name was Miller. A beautiful cat, beautiful cat, silver
And gray. Yeah, I remember
with black
Miller.
stripes, and he lived in a veterinarian's office for a year, and he was the most he was worse than me on fucking Christmas Eve shopping, like with the anxiety and being tense and shit. And the only time he ever would come out to interact with me, it was if there was no other animal in the house. And we always used to keep 2 cats. So for the most part, I never saw him. Like, he would just run away from me. Years. Feed this cat. Take care of this cat. Bring the cat to the vet. He would see me and just fucking hide under something. I don't know. So now the question is, do you, dude, I got to make the call, but are they going to be like, look, you're a fucking irresponsible dickhead. You let the cat jump out the window.
Well, can't you just say you like, you know what? I changed my mind. I want a second cat. Don't admit to the first cat.
Well, the thing is, you're supposed to bring the cat to the vet in 2 weeks to make sure that everything's okay, give them the checkup and all that. So once they're like, well, why didn't you bring them the first time? Well, where's the first cat? Why didn't you bring him to the vet? And then I'm like, I brought him to a different vet. And then they're like, and even though we gave you a free voucher for the first one, let's see these records.
Yeah, but you're assuming they're even going to
And then I have to fucking throw a smoke pellet down, fucking run out the door, right?
I don't know, but you better get your ass out there and find that cat, man.
We try. Every day we look, every day. And my feeling is because it's just the way, like I told Walt, I was like, it's Highlands. There's fucking cats everywhere,
So it's part of a tribe now?
Yeah, and that's how we started out, as part of like one of those cat colonies.
Feral community.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So somebody's feeding him. Somebody, like, he's okay. That's the thing. He's okay. Somebody in that complex is feeding him. He's finding someplace warm to hang out.
Are you sure you're not doing what Q did when he found out the patch was misprinted right now, or is this? Or
we all talked about the cat.
We sat at this table, and we all decided on the cat.
Are you just like convincing yourself that this is the way it went down?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, look, I can't say 100%, but I if I had to guess, if somebody were like place a bet, I'm going to say that the cat's most likely fine. But it's been long enough that I'm going to have to call and say, remember that cat?
Man. I mean, it has to happen.
It fucking burst through a fucking screen. There was nothing I could do.
They pushed this cat on you, right? This is the one they pushed on you? They knew it probably was like, we got to get rid of this cat. He's fucking...
Yeah.
He's a little... He's the one. He's a hard one to get rid of.
He's a hard sell. People don't want this fucking cat. And there was and that was a thing that was all about the cat being black, because you go into the room and there's certain cats come up to you and they're nuzzling you, and there was like this older cat, and I actually wanted to get an older cat because they don't have that much of a chance.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Does this reinforce maybe you're a little bit too quick to judge people who are like black cats are bad luck?
Yeah, you're right. It is bad luck.
I got a black cat. He's like the best thing that ever happened to me, man. That cat's awesome.
Now, here's there's also, I wish I had brought it in. I promise I'll tweet the picture, but Sage drew a picture of the cat, which I can't believe I forgot it, but it's a black cat with eyes that look like it's lived in hell for the past fucking century.
Oh, no.
It has like hair sticking out all over. Like
maybe you shouldn't get a cat.
I've had cats my whole life, but that's the picture she drew. Having seen that cat for, dude, I'm not kidding around. It was less. It was no longer than 1.5 seconds. Right. That's how fast it jetted by, and then that was her rendering. And I'll show you the picture. Now, before I even went to the ASPCA, I went on to Craigslist, because I'm like, people are always giving away kittens, right? Like, people go to food stores and they have kittens in a box, and they're like, free kittens.
You don't really see that anymore.
You don't, right?
Really,
I haven't seen that in a while.
I haven't seen that in like since the 80s.
Yeah, but they used to do it, and you don't see it so much anymore. But so I go to Craigslist, and there's a new thing that people do now. It's called a rehoming fee. And what it is...
On Craigslist?
On Craigslist. I mean, I don't know if it's specific to Craigslist, but I guess people do this where they try to get you to pay for the cat.
To live in somebody else's home?
To live in your home. And essentially what they're trying to do, I think, is defray costs that they've incurred for vet bills, for food and stuff like that. And there was this one lady who was like, I'm moving. I have these 2 wonderful cats, but I can't take them with me. They don't accept cats where I'm moving. They're $75 a piece. Now, to me... America has housing out the ass. How the fuck you have a cat or a dog or a pet for years on end, and you're like, sorry, you can't come. To me, that is the most fucking heartless, shitty, fucking lazy fucking.
Well, that's what happened with Benjamin.
Move.
His owner moved to London, and she was going to put him in a shelter. And that's why I was like an 8-year-old black cat.
If I had, there are circumstances though that where you might not be able to take a pet with you. You have no choice. You can't take the pet.
Sometimes, yeah.
I would not want to sell it. My goal would be like, let's just get it in a good home.
Right.
I wouldn't want to be like, well, let me see if I can make some money off of it too.
Right.
I mean, like my first priority and only priority would be like, let me just make sure it's going somewhere where it will be happy and will be taken care of, not where I could fucking recoup some of the thousands I put into these dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that because I
Did you start a fight with this fucking person?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
would you like to hear it?
Yes, of course.
A person was giving away 2 cats, $75 apiece. So this is what I said. I'm looking to adopt a cat, parentheses S, and I saw your ad on Craigslist. I'm wondering why, if you're looking for a good home and time is of the essence, because she was moving very soon, are you charging $75 for each cat? I don't understand the fee. She says, I put a lot of money into those cats. It's a reasonable fee. If people were that invested in cats, they wouldn't mind paying it. I said, no. I'm texting back and forth with this person. I said, no, it's like selling a used car to someone and expecting the buyer to pay for repairs you had made prior to your decision to sell the vehicle because you don't want it anymore. If you were invested in your cat's well-being, you'd be overjoyed to simply find them a good home, not try to recoup money, parentheses, chump change really, end parentheses, you spent on things I'm assuming the cats needed. Pathetic. She wrote, if you texted me just to hassle me on the fee, go fuck yourself. I've spent over $300 on each cat just to get them neutered and have all their shots. I asked for a fee, parentheses, not that I have to explain myself because it's non-negotiable, end parentheses, simply because if I give them away for free, how do I know fucks like you who try to haggle me on price have the money to afford the cats? So I write back, all right, so I'm a fuck all of a sudden.
Sure.
I wrote back.
Not all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The first fucking minute, the first sentence she read.
But she doesn't know me. She doesn't know me like you guys know me. You guys know I'm a fuck. She doesn't know this. I said, so your theory is that having $150 proves that a person will be a good and responsible pet owner. Wow. And I'm not haggling on price, you dummy. I'm mystified as to why you believe you should be reimbursed for things that any cat owner with a conscience should do, caps. You're acting like you added spinners onto them or something. Despite your obvious greediest asshole nature, I hope the cats you're abandoning find a loving home. And trust me, I can afford it. And then this is kind of an asshole move on my part, but I texted a whole bunch of money a picture of a whole bunch of money that I have, in the thousands.
Jesus.
To prove to her that, like, fuck you,
right.
I'm not a skag. She wrote, LOL, is this all you do? What's your point anyway? You clearly need to find a better hobby than hassle people you don't even know. I said, I was looking for a cat to adopt, you idiot. So this is hardly random. Interesting, too. I'm the one with nothing better to do, yet you answer my texts. The only reason you're on my radar is because your post stood out due to the pitiful and heartless attempt to make money from pets who likely love and trust you. But certainly don't take my very valid point about simply having $150 to qualify someone to adopt your cats into account. I guess when you're the kind of piece of shit, the bar is set much lower. So go ahead and LOL all you want. You're a petty scumbag and you know it. Don't worry, you won't hear from me again. Contrary to your assumption, I have better things to do than point out the shortcomings and flaws of obvious lowlifes.
Wow, she didn't answer?
She had an answer after that.
Wow. All right.
So that's what you got.
Sure.
And fuck her and fuck the rehoming fee, which is a thinly veiled attempt to just fucking make money, you know?
Right. They're probably alley cats.
Yeah. I was like, they're probably alley cats. That's what I was thinking. I didn't write it, but do you think it's too late to text her? I was like,
No,
are those,
you should
alley
do a
cats, by the way?
follow-up.
That would be pretty brilliant.
That'd be great.
But I was like, fuck you, you fucking cunt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now Sage is catless until I track down this guy. It will happen in time.
Right.
It will happen. And the fucking thing that pissed me off, and I just discovered it, was I didn't even get a chance to put his collar on because he was so scared.
Yeah.
And the collar has a little tag on it, and it says, I have a microchip.
Right.
So scan it, or this is the number or whatever. But then again, you hear like if you put cats outside with collars on, sometimes they get like hooked on shit. Yeah, and then they'll like starve to death or whatever. And I never intended the cat to
be an outdoor cat.
I certainly didn't intend it to fucking break through the fucking screen, let alone even go outside.
Right.
Like I had a cat way back in when me and Kev still worked at the store. And he got hit by a car. He was an outdoor cat.
Yeah.
And I was devastated. Fucking devastated. And from then on, I never let my cats outside again.
Yeah, I can't imagine letting my cats outdoors ever. Like the thought terrifies me.
Remember the time one of the times I came over to your house and he fucking booked out the door and
Yeah.
we were like, fuck, and we caught him.
Yeah,
pretty
he's a
quickly.
fat fuck though. He just goes on the porch. He does that multiple times.
Yeah.
He gets on the porch and he looks around. He's like, I'm making a run for it. Fuck it.
Yeah. But now when I come over, I'm much more careful. I like try to squeeze
I appreciate
through.
that.
And
We shot some of the show in my house, and I put notes all over the doors. I was like, "Do not like open this door without making sure the cat's not there." And then I couldn't find him. This is Chessie. Well, and I couldn't find him at the end of the shooting day, and I was in like a fucking panic because he's a ballsy cat. He doesn't hide from people. Like he's always out and about, and he just was nowhere to be seen. And I ran around the neighborhood. I was going nuts, and then I got a text from someone on the show that said he just showed up. He's sitting on the couch. So, yeah, I can't imagine like my kitten outdoors. It would freak me out, man.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
and
be
I
able
feel
to do
bad.
it.
Like nights like tonight, I'm like it's snowing and shit. But
Yeah, but
cats are
that's different. They're
survivors, man. Like they know how to find warm places.
yeah. Shit.
So yeah, that's the fucking cat debacle.
It's a good one, bro.
Christ Almighty.
Talk about jumping the shark. All right, well, going to Twitter, Walter.
Oh, is this the jump on the shark? When did TSD jump the shark?
A lot
I
of,
told my cat story.
except for an occasional joke, like shark jump when Walt lost his bathroom key. How can I respect a man that has to shit in shame? Everybody.
Wait, I got
is
the key back.
Oh no, this person is saying when Brian made his girlfriend cry.
That's when it jumped the shark? That was like the fucking first 4 months. I was thinking about that recently and like reassessing, was that a shitty move or was that a brilliant move? And I got to tell you, I maintain I think it was pretty brilliant.
It's pretty brilliant. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Never look back.
Never look back.
Never look back. You can't change the past. So what difference does it make?
Yeah.
Shitty or not?
But just the
Brilliant
fact
or
that
not.
I played that whole
It was a week-long con.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long con, man. I got her.
Eric at E. Carpin says, I got really annoyed at a few things around episode 213. Haven't listened since episode 218. Don't remember what bothered me so much, but I have been a listener since day one. Own vinyl and Cryptozoic Man.
I wonder what it was. How could something bother you and you don't know
And
what
then
it
you don't
was?
even remember.
Should we try and call him?
Somebody I saw.
You want me to try and get his
Twitter-
number?
Yeah, sure. I saw something on Twitter where
Let me follow him.
someone for the first time, they said they're like, I'm a big supporter. A lot of times people will preface things by saying, I'm a big supporter. I buy everything you do. I love you guys, blah, blah, blah. Because if they don't do that, I think they feel I'm going to like attack them. Mm-hmm. And this was about the Ferguson thing. That was the one in Missouri, right? Or wherever. Not Eric Garner was in New York. The other one was in Missouri, I think.
Eric Garner's was Staten Island.
Yeah, Staten Island. And I called the rioters animals, and they got upset by that. You know, the first time I disagreed with me. And I said, look, I specified not because they said, you call the protesters animals. I said, no, I think people should protest if they want to.
Right.
But rioters, no, they are animals. When
it's so funny. I always find it funny when like people who riot, who are destroying businesses and whatnot, for some reason they're protected from you calling them animals. Like they're allowed to break windows and burn down businesses, but you're not allowed to call. There's something wrong with you for commenting on their behavior. That's insane.
There's something wrong with me to defend like a guy or a family who has built a business who like once it's burned down, they have no source of income, who knows what their insurance is. And to what end? Why are they burning that business down? Those are animals. Protesters are fine, and you know what? I find protesters annoying. Like they're going to lay around and fuck up the Christmas tree lighting for other people, that kind of shit. Like I find them annoying, but I don't dwell on it too much. Something like this, where you're causing damage and people are getting hurt, and now like cops are getting shot.
Yeah,
and that fucking asshole De Blasio. Why do I not have this on quiet? That asshole De Blasio.
Yeah,
tells his mixed race kid to be afraid of the cops and all that other shit. It's sickening. It's sickening, And I stand by it. I think if you riot and you loot and you burn down other people's buildings and stores and like their livelihood, like you take their livelihood away, like this guy who fucking has a bodega or a little convenience store or something, you burn his fucking place down because a cop shot some fucking guy.
Yeah, it's kind of just an angry lashing out.
Like you're about to change someone's life for the worse. So fuck rioters. I don't apologize. I never ever read the news anymore. I stumbled across something the other day and I was like, fuck, this is why I don't read the news. I also saw Paris Hilton, like she took like an Instagram picture and it's like showing a lot of cleavage. And I was wondering, do people care anymore? People care about Paris Hilton?
I haven't heard her name in so long. Maybe she's trying to get back in with the power of her cleavage.
I don't know. I mean, not to be, I don't know. I mean, I know this is going to be taken the wrong way, but like when you're like 22, 23, you're showing your cleavage and you're Paris Hilton, people care. But, once you cross over the 3-0.
The big 3-0?
Yeah, there's other people who have taken your place.
Oh, no, man. Eva Mendes is 40-something.
No, trust me. I'm not saying that she still doesn't look good and there aren't plenty of women that look great after 30. I'm just saying that after 30, your mindset should be a little different.
Oh, so you're talking about a change in them, not a change in...
Yes.
In the people. Because if you told me that there was a movie where Eva Mendes is naked in it, I'd probably go see that movie.
There's got to be, right?
Sure, but I mean, if it came out tomorrow, I'd be like,
okay.
Who's that?
Eva Mendes?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
She's like, she's an actress, but yeah. That wouldn't have been my go-to.
Really?
No.
Maybe because I was just talking about her the other
She's
day.
pretty, but yeah.
I saw on the grocery line, I'm waiting in line.
Well, she's 45. I think that's why I bring her up.
Old bag.
I don't know anything about this, but it may not be true.
This is 45.
Is she in Ghost Rider?
I think she was, yeah.
That is not a choice, Q.
That's odd?
No, I mean that you brought her up out of nowhere.
Oh, no. I mean, because
she's not like a famous actress, so she's not been in a lot of movies.
She's been enough.
But anyway, I know you don't like to talk about them, but I found it odd that there's not as much hoopla about it the second time around. But that Kardashian that got married for like a day or two, whatever it was, a week.
The Kim Kardashian, right?
She's getting divorced again.
Kim Kardashian is getting divorced to Kanye West?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Really?
Hold on a second.
That's what I saw on the front page of a People magazine or one of those magazines.
I mean, they're probably being like, is Kim getting divorced?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought to myself, like, it caused so much backlash the first time.
I was just starting to like her, too.
Kim Kardashian's divorce. Bruce Jenner's new reality show defeats Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kanye West. Can Kanye West stop a Kim Kardashian divorce now that Bruce Jenner's new reality show? Wait, what?
I don't know what's going on.
Hold on. Let me look up.
I'm totally asking the wrong guys.
Yeah, I don't know what this
See,
is.
at one point, though, I would have known this. Like, I would have been
I'm really proud of you, actually, if I can be honest with you.
I was just in the grocery store and I saw it, and I remember the first time it was a gigantic to do, and I thought, it hasn't been that long the second time, has it?
No.
I don't
Well, that basketball player, right? And she was actually married before that guy too.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But would you say that if it's true she's getting divorced, that it's just impossible to marry someone for her?
Is it impossible for her to stay married?
Or should she just
probably marrying for the wrong reasons.
Give it up,
I would say.
Or for a little while at least. Stop getting married.
Yeah. Cut back on the marrying a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. It says here, Kanye West is more than pleased to learn that Bruce Jenner's new reality show will force the end of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but can he stop Kim Kardashian from pursuing a divorce? As the Kardashian-Jenner clan continue to lose followers, boyfriends, and fans, their brand may be in jeopardy, and that includes their TV shows. First off, a Bruce Jenner reality show. What do you think do you think it's what I think it's going to be? He's going to go full poontang?
Oh, you think he's going to turn into a woman?
You think he's going to go sex change? I mean, they've been talking a lot about that in the last year or so.
Good luck. Is there ever going to be have you seen this article, speaking of runaway animals? Dog abandoned this is horrible. Dog abandoned with suitcase at train station in Scotland. Look at this dog. Some dude just brought that dog to a train station in Scotland, put his possessions in that suitcase and just left him tied to like a railing.
What a guy.
What a guy. But the chances are he's about 2 years old, a lovely dog with a nice nature. There's no way this dog isn't about to have
There's
the
about
best.
5,000
right,
people
the
who
best.
line trying to get that dog.
I mean, I want to.
Yeah.
If this dog wasn't in Scotland, I would want to adopt him.
It says here too, Walt, that Kim Kardashian admitted she's pregnant with Kanye's second child. So she has 2 kids.
Is Kanye West on the same level as the other guy that you think is that you're like you called them the biggest couple in America, the most powerful couple in America? I can't remember his name right now.
Talking about Jay-Z
Yes.
and Beyonce?
Is he on the level with that dude?
Who I also hear are getting divorced.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think anybody's on Jay-Z's level.
I don't know. Kanye West is pretty fucking big.
No, but he's a big musician. Jay-Z, I could be wrong about this because I don't follow this shit, but Jay-Z owns the Brooklyn Nets. He has his own record
That's
label.
true,
He has his own clothing label. So I'm saying I think he's in another stratosphere. I think Kanye music-wise is, but I mean, you can't just look at that. But again, I don't know anything.
I was just wondering.
If it can't go on a patch, I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Just so you guys are caught up, I did happen to notice this the other day that Kendall Jenner will be going by Kendall from now on.
Okay.
Okay, she's dropping the Jenner. Just,
Is that her real father?
Bruce Jenner?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Biological father?
Yeah. Like, that dude was a fucking hero. He was an Olympic hero.
Yes, he did, but you know what, though? We turned our back on our hero. He was out of the fucking spotlight for years, and no one cared about him, and no one heard about him. And no one cared.
What are
no
we
one
supposed
kept
to
up
do?
with him.
Fucking
mollycoddle him his entire life.
And that's what he was driven to.
So
to
he's
get
got to
back
turn
in the
into a
limelight.
woman?
No, but he had to go.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta grow a puss.
No, but he had no one could give two shits about him until he was hooked up with the mom.
Yeah, but why should they?
Because like Brian's saying, he's a hero. Well, that's not. Well, we treat our heroes pretty shitty then.
No, he was revered while he was producing, but when you stop producing, like...
It was the 70s.
But it's true though, man. Nobody cared. I mean, can you tell me what did Bruce Jenner do between 1980
why is it up
and
to me to fucking track his day-to-day mundane life?
But no one cared unless he was in the
So what?
into this drama of the reality.
Yeah, but
world.
I'm saying, how is that our fault? Who gives a shit?
Well, because Brian's going like, well, he was a hero, and he's kind of like making some.
And now
sort
he's
of,
a joke.
Yeah, but because,
I mean, he's beyond a joke.
Yeah.
and that's because we're the flavor of the month. It's like the ice bucket challenge. I was saying, what happened? Why did everybody just is the flavor in the month, and now no one cares, and no one's talking about it no more.
Right.
It is the exact same, like, fucking, what's his name, Coney? Like, what was that guy's name? Was it Coney?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought you were talking about Kanye West.
Not Kanye West, no. Remember the guy that everybody was
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, he was like a warlord.
Yeah, was it Coney?
Oh, that's right.
We've
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about this too.
Yeah,
about how
yeah.
like it just. But so
I
don't get on Bruce Jenner's back or don't give him any flack because he's just a product of America.
I think that Coney should do the ice bucket challenge, and then it would bring him back into the limelight.
I know you don't care about Bruce Jenner.
No, because I don't
know
like
you don't give a
I
shit
do.
about Bruce Jenner.
Because I don't like the fact that like yes we did we put him on a pedestal and we made him.
But he earned the pedestal.
He earned it,
and
but
then
it was
he
4
stopped
gold
earning
medals.
it.
Yeah, but just because he couldn't. What do you want him to do, man? You're only an Olympic level athlete,
Yeah, but
triathlete,
we didn't
whatever,
throw him
decathlon.
into a crevice and forget about it. He went on to live life.
Basically, we did.
He went on to just live life.
You know what? Hey,
Why does he
I'm
gotta
on
be in the
I'm on a
spotlight?
cereal box. Can I get on a talk show? No. Your time's done.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck is he going to talk about the same matches from 1970 over and over again?
They're like,
Why it's not? Why there's not enough interest in it anymore?
No, there's new
not?
matches.
You're not interested in a guy who wins 4
I
gold
understand
medals?
you ran. Yes, I did.
You are the best in the world.
Yeah. That has to be something, right? You're the fastest runner in the at any moment you're the only one in the world to have done something, you know? That has to be
insane.
pretty cool. Are we at the time were we the only podcast to have put a podcast on vinyl?
Yeah, I think we were.
That's something else.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be getting more props still
Where's
for
my
that.
fucking talk show here? It's.
All right, well, read some of those.
I mean, there's
Nothing.
There's it's almost a shame because the guy gave us his number. We can call him. Do you want to do this? You want to save it for the next episode? How deep are we on this one?
I mean, it's going to get cut at a certain point anyway. Don't worry about it. We're just
doing a
I'll
long.
figure it out.
Before we end this episode, I want to do a quick commercial for the LA show because we added a second show.
Go on then.
All right. January 17th, Anaheim, California, at the City National Grove of Anaheim. The Tenderloins, me and my fellow Impractical Jokers, Walter, performing 2 shows at 8 o'clock and 10:30 p.m.
17th.
January 17th.
That's my daughter's birthday. I won't be able to make it.
You're not going to come?
No.
Do you want to bring her? Well, I'll give you like VIP meet and greet. You can meet Sal Volcano.
It's also a family-friendly show, so you don't even have to worry about the cussing.
Is it really family friendly now?
Oh yeah,
You've changed it.
We've changed it completely. Family friendly.
Nick, can you give me 3 examples of what makes it family friendly? Are any of you lit before you go on?
No more drinking.
Okay, that's one.
No more
Kurt
cursing.
isn't falling off the stage anymore.
It's a different show now.
2.
No more cursing.
Get out of here.
We've cut it down to there's only 2 curses, and that's just to punctuate jokes.
What are the curses?
One shit.
I can't make it.
Okay. We can cut those out. And no sex stories. No more sex stories. No anything like that.
I'm a little stunned by this. Why the move to go clean?
I think the phrase is called selling out.
Oh, definitely selling out.
Really?
Well, no, because what we were getting a lot of people saying was like, my whole family watches the show, and we want to come see you guys live as a family. And it didn't really bother me so much because we're selling out anyway. So I was like, I don't. But we were like, look, like we kind of like, we do make a clean show. Practical Jokers isn't a dirty show, so why not just keep it in line with that?
But how much of your previous show was it like a filth fest?
It wasn't filth, but we cursed when we at will.
You guys were telling like really raw stories.
And we did the sex ed presentation when I had to teach my parents sex ed on the show. We showed the slides that didn't make the air, and some of them were a little racy. And
who spearheaded this change?
This was us. It was just something we came to. Like, you know what happens?
Like we could make a lot more money.
Because people would we really can't though, but people were bringing their kids to the show anyway, and we would feel uncomfortable performing in front of like.
So what do you guys do? Do you tell stories?
We tell story. You're going to come to the Red Bank show, right?
You're going to cut out the shit?
Cut out the shit, yeah.
All right.
And the sex stories.
Tell them, Steve, Dave.
Soviet people are getting down to work in the new year with an awareness of their great responsibility for the present and for the future. There will be profound changes in our country along the lines of continued perestroika, democratization, and radical economic reform. In the final analysis, all this will let us move onto a broad avenue of accelerated development. We know that you Americans have quite a few problems too. In grappling with those problems.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.